Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the Manchester United edition. I am your host, Tosin. Alongside me is Tommy. How you doing today, brother?
I just witnessed the worst display of football in a while. So, man, besides that, we move.
Is it really a bad display, though? I mean, obviously, as the conversation goes, we'll talk. But I think it's not really that bad of a display. I think that because we lost 4-0, everyone's saying it's bad. But let me ask you this. We've seen United all season, right? From preseason till now. Is it really a shock, though? I think that's the one thing I want to ask you is like, I think this result in a weird way kind of encapsulated everything. And it was just like, this has been coming for a long time.
I'm not even shocked at all. Like, remember, I sent you the screenshot before the game started. I predicted it would be 4-0. We know, like,
at 9:30 in the morning.
9:30, I predicted it would be 4-0. As soon as I heard that Bruno and Rashford are out, I knew it. It's not a shock. And like you said, it ties together the season. Honestly, I don't get upset at like losses in general anymore. I get upset at like little individual things. That's what drives me crazy. And like we'll talk about it, but today it was subs again and certain players' performances. But like you said, it's not a shock. It's more, when your parent says, "I'm not angry, I'm disappointed."
Yeah.
Like that. Like it's not a shock. It ties together everything we've been saying for the past how many months on this podcast?
5 months, brother. It's literally like the last. Let me go back when we think the sums of the last almost 20 years of United. I think that being a United fan, especially like United fans like us who generally know the team, love the team, and like know the inner workings of the team as much as we can, because there's certain things we can't know about. Obviously, it just is what it is. One of my good friends, I'm not going to say his name, is a United fan. I remember in 2006, he hated Cristiano Ronaldo. He was on the forum talking about get Vincente in instead of Cristiano. That's the sort of United fans that we are, that we know what's going on in the club. So when I see shitty banter about United, I see things that like we've said for years. It's just like, come on, bro. Even United fans breaking down the timeline today, talking about what's Ineos doing. Brother, you don't make changes that quickly.
Bro, they just got approved by the Premier League 2 months ago.
A couple months ago.
There's no transfer window yet. They're not here. Like, just relax, please. And don't get me wrong, I'm frustrated too. But like you said, United fans breaking down, and also we've talked about this. Rival fans doing the banter, bro. We said this. We said all this. Like, this is not nothing new to us. This is not anything. It's not like, because of Arsenal, because of City fan, because of Liverpool fan says it. Damn, that's right. You're right. We've been saying this. Fans, like you said, fans who know the club, fans who know the sport. This stuff we've been saying for a while. So it's nothing new.
And the reason why I didn't want Kobe Mainoo to jump in this team is what's happening right now. That's a supremely talented kid. We know how talented this kid is. But I've said this before about Kobe, and he's coming home to roost now. This is a very terribly set up football club, especially in the midfield. Mason Mount is just coming back from injury. You can tell. Christian Eriksen is a shell of himself, and you can tell. It leaves a 19-year-old kid who's been playing way too many minutes exposed. And he does not, like, Adam Wharton was popping around the pitch doing whatever he wants because Adam Wharton's a special player. And again, 11 days ago, on this very same podcast, I said that Oliver Glasner's doing an amazing job. Yeah. I literally said this, right? And it was not a shock that they beat us 4-0, because when you have a coach who knows what he's doing very, very well, it's not a shock, especially if you've seen any Crystal Palace game. You can watch maybe 2 or 3 games of Crystal Palace under Oliver Glasner. You will not be shocked by this result. You won't be shocked because they're a really good team. I know some people's like, oh, but it's just early, man. No, you can see what he clearly wants to do. That 3-4-1-2, Munoz, for example, was their actual right back. Munoz is a right wing back now. And you can see the difference. You can see the difference in Tyreek Mitchell. He scored the third goal. Yeah, he scored the third goal. Even Mateta, that finish he did, supreme finish. That's a player with confidence, right? Yep. You look at what Michael Olise did, both of his goals. It's a player with confidence, right? You're seeing a coach who genuinely believes in his team and is coming down from his brain to their feet and their body and their brains, and they're genuinely like enthused by what they're learning from Oliver Glasner. This is a coach who if I remember correctly, Oliver Glasner's won the Europa League. If my brain is working.
I think you're right. I think he probably has. If I but and also while you're looking that up, there's something about like good coaching that you said. Something I always consider when I'm looking at coaching or to see if a team is well trained in the attack. Do you create the same chance multiple times? And I'll pick out a couple. For example, the goal that you said what's his name? Tyreek Mitchell scored. They had two chances like that. The first time was with Olise, where it hit a Crystal Palace player. The second time was with Aze when he skied it. The third time was a Mitchell goal. When you create the same chance multiple times, that's a well-oiled attack or well-oiled team.
By the way, they did win the Europa League. They beat Rangers. I remember that game because Aribo scored. I'll never forget
Yep.
that game. And this is the same formation that he's been playing because remember, he played a back three there when he had Evan Ndika back there, Kevin Trapp in goal. So Rode was his captain. Kostic was on the left. Knuff was on the right. He had Lindstrom and Kamada together, which is when I love Daichi. And he had Bore up top. But this is what I'm saying is like certain coaches, right? They know how they want to play. And I think Erik was very successful at Ajax because they told him this is the set way we play at Ajax, the set way we do things. Here at United, he just lost his brain. But there's a lot to get to. There's a lot to get to. So I need your initial thoughts because we've waxed lyrical already. But tell me immediately, what do you think about this game? You talk to me.
Casemiro put together one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time. Like single game individual performance, I don't think I've seen a worse one this season, and I don't think I've seen a worse one in a while. He was at fault for 3 of the 4 goals. Like and when I say at fault, I don't mean he was directly at fault. The first goal, Olise got by him way too easy. He left too much space. The second goal, I don't know why he's that far up and out of line with the rest of the defenders. Left Johnny Evans defending extra space.
Can I add to that point?
Yeah.
He was right. He was the right back. Why was he at the right back spot?
And then people say, "Oh, Johnny Evans is old." Johnny Evans shouldn't even be playing. But at that point, you left Johnny Evans to defend his man in the space.
And apparently, Johnny Evans failed the fitness test before the game, and Erik Ten Hag begged him to play. Apparently, and you can clearly see from the very first couple of minutes, Johnny Evans was hurt. But
Yeah.
sorry, go back to
No,
your
no,
point. I'm
you're
sorry
right.
about that.
And then the fourth goal, I don't know what he was trying to do there. If you're trying to shield the ball properly. Be a man, please. Giddy, like please be a man. And again, Anthony, another go session. I don't know what he's done. I don't know what he's doing. And I hate to say it, Kobe looks like you said. He looks leggy out there. He looks done.
Him and Garnacho.
Bro, Garnacho wasn't even every time Garnacho got the ball. I don't know if people noticed. He wasn't running forward at a man. He just started cutting in, looking to pass. That man just was not. It was not regular Garnacho.
No.
Kobe Mino wasn't regular Kobe. I mean, again, it's gonna be repeating the same thing. Eriksen is done. Nwan Bissaka, I don't know why he kept persisting with him at left back. It does not make sense to me.
No.
I don't get it. Yeah, honestly, like I'll say it at the end of the podcast too. End the season and just win me the FA Cup and Erik Ten Hag can leave. That's it.
I think one of the things is we didn't learn anything new, especially as United fans. Maybe some people who just started watching United and who want to make jokes think they learned something new, but this is the performance that we've run most of the season.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that we didn't receive a shellacking because most teams couldn't finish. Most teams couldn't take advantage, and we had Rashford and Bruno and other people to take advantage on the counter. Now we don't have that. You're seeing that like this is not a really well organized team. And I love Henry Winter. I think Henry Winter is one of the best UK journalists. I think he's a great at what he does. I think a lot of the UK guys, let me take a step back. I think in order to be in football, there's a lot of talented guys on and off the pitch, media people, right? And they do a great job. It is what it is. But I think sometimes their biases show and sometimes they can't generally be objective. They're like, oh, the players are down in tools. Let me tell you something, okay? And I'm gonna look at the lineup. So excuse me if I'm not making eye contact, but I'm gonna look at that lineup right now. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm doing this. Andre Onana, signed by Erik Ten Hag. Diogo Dalot, he came in through Mourinho, I believe. Casemiro, signed by Erik Ten Hag. Johnny Evans, signed by Erik Ten Hag. Re-signed, excuse me. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was already here. Kobe Mino brought up from the academy. Eriksen, signed by, Erik
Yep.
Ten Hag. Garnacho came from the academy. Mason Mount, signed by Erik Ten Hag. Anthony, signed by Erik Ten Hag. Rasmus Højlund, signed by Erik Ten Hag. So 7 out of the 11 players that started today, when you start to blame the players, right? When you start to say that, oh, this is the players that are down the tools. I'm not a mathematician, so let me get this percentage right, because I didn't major in math when I grew up. When I was in school, I majored in something else. I'm not going to tell you what I majored in, but I got my college degree. So when I take the number 7 and divide it by 11, I get 63%. Well, let's round up to 64%, right? So 64% of the team that started today is Erik Ten Hag's players. My brother in Christ, when you're blaming the players, who made the sandwich?
Literally, who made the sandwich? Like we're letting this guy get off with saying the sandwich isn't good. My brother, you pick the ingredients. You turn on the oven. You cut the bread. It's on you. You're the sandwich artist here, bro. And I didn't read his I didn't see what he said after the game, but I promise you, he's gonna say something like, "We deserved the point, or we didn't deserve that 4-0 loss." And
You go
that's
look it
what's
up.
gonna send me.
I want you to go look up what he said after the game.
See?
You go look it up. But it's just frustrating, man. This is like, and again, I'm just looking down because there's so much notes I took. There's so much stats.
Mm-hmm.
Erik Ten Hag pointed out this is the only 4th defeat of the calendar year. That's more. There's another thing that that Ashley Young said. I'll get to that in a second. But Erik Ten Hag said, for over 10 years I managed, I've never had so many injury issues. Now in some positions we don't have choices. In the left back position, Shaw has only had 15 starts this season. Tyler Malice has 0, and it's not even available. You are the one who decided to let Alvaro Fernandez go. I'm not saying I'm not saying he's the best. I'm absolutely not saying that. But I'm saying is that, like, you had the choice and you let him go. The same way you let James Garner go. The same way you made these same things is what you did. So everything that's wrong, and here's the thing. I am the biggest Glazer out ever. I've said the Glazers out since I was a teenager. Since I was 15, 16 years old, I've said this. I'm almost 34 years old. I've said this for nearly 20 years of my life, right? I can compartmentalize and say, yes, certain managers have been, like, messed up by the Glazers, right? Everybody's had their own issues. David Moyes had his issue with the Glazers. He wanted to get Tony Kroos. We had Louis van Gaal had issues with them. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, with Jose Mourinho, even Ten Hag. But my brother in Christ, you have made certain decisions that is your fault. You're the one who wanted to get Anthony. You're the one who get certain players, and this is all on you.
There's I'm gonna double back to that left back quote because it makes me so angry every time he brings it up. Cause let's break it down. Like let's break it down. So start of the season, right? He knew. I'm gonna use the left back position to just talk about the whole team in general. But so start of the season, he knew Malice was gonna be hurt long term. He knew he was gonna be hurt till January because that was the original diagnosis. So he knew I only have Luke Shaw. What does he do? He sends Alvaro Fernandez on loan anyway. Again, like we're not saying Alvaro Fernandez is the next great left back, but he had a great spell at Preston. He won their Young Player of the Year. He did well. I watched a couple Preston games. He did good. He's a serviceable backup. Okay, you send Alvaro away on loan. Cool. Okay. What are we gonna do? We bring in we wait a bit like till like almost last minute, and then we bring in homie at Brentford now. Regular
Regular.
So we bring him in, right? January comes. We find out Malice is still not fit. We end Regulon's loan. We recall Alvaro. So I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing. We're gonna give an academy kid a chance. No, we sell him to Benfica, and now we're like, damn, where all my left backs go? My guy, you pushed them out. You've made multiple decisions in the same, and then okay, I'll use the center back, Mangi, right? Right there, and a good young player who like many out the academy. It was him and Kambwala, right? Neck and neck. You didn't want Harry Maguire. So wouldn't the smart choice be I need some backup in that position, right? You say no. I'm gonna sell him and then go bring in a 36-year-old. Would it not make sense to trust the younger player who you can mold to play your way, who's more athletic, more fit, all that stuff, who you can mold, than the guy who's past his prime? Not even past his prime. He has a foot in a retirement home. That's what makes sense. The James Garner one, I still don't understand it. He didn't even give him a chance, and I feel like James Garner showed enough at Nottingham Forest and preseason. Even I think he was hurt a bit preseason, but he showed enough at Nottingham Forest to be like
He was at Middlesbrough. He was at Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, yeah, I said Middlesbrough. So when you heal up, I'll throw you in there, right? Because James Garner, he's not like some 17, 18-year-old. This man is like 21. He
23.
23, showing he can bang bangers.
Sorry, he was at Nottingham Forest. Excuse me. You're right.
Nottingham Forest. Okay, yeah.
He is at Watford, Nottingham Forest twice. Yeah, you're right. Excuse me, my friend. Yeah.
So he knows he can bang in the championship. Why not trust him? It does not make sense. The Anthony one again, bro. You have Ahmad on the bench. Ahmad got injured, missed half of the season. Understandable. Now that he's back healthy, right? I wish I could pull up his accumulative minutes. This man.
I got you. You.
He has not played, and then this brings me to my second most annoying thing of this game. We're down 3-0. Anthony hasn't done anything. You need to make a comeback because there's an off chance we might at least be able to catch fifth and solidify Europa, right? You bring on Amrabat, a CDM that you begged for and then chose not to play.
For Anthony, spent 10 million euros on.
When there's a perfectly good Ahmad there who's shown you when he's come on, he can make stuff happen. Again, we can blame the Glazers all we want, and I blame the Glazers. I want them gone. The Ineos coming in I was very happy. We can definitely blame the Glazers, but we're adults, so we can focus on multiple things at once. You make your own bed. Now you have to lie in it. There's no excuse or too many injuries. I get that. No, it's not acceptable. The other teams who have injuries and they're still able to identify a style of play because they know next man up. You don't have that. It is on you. You're not. I'm not letting him get away with Ineos. The Glazers. I'm not letting him get away with injuries. I'm not even letting him get away with refs. No, it's on you. This whole season is on you.
To add to your point, Anthony's game by numbers against Crystal Palace. Shout out to Statman Dave for this, by the way. 68% pass accuracy. 1 shot. 0 out of 2 dribbles completed. 0 out of 2 tackles won. 0 chance created. 0 goals. 0 assists. And he cost 100 million euros. But we can keep going. And there's another thing that a lot of United fans say, these players aren't running, these players aren't doing this. Like Ashley Young said, the minimum requirement of a Man United player is to run for the badge. Listen, I understand that British bulldog mentality of rah, 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 run around, which is their English thing. Yeah. You need, at this level, some technically supreme players. I think at the bare minimum, everyone knows you have to run. But that's not the thing you talk about. That's the thing that you know that you have to do. What you need at this level for United team, you need supreme technicians. You need players who are confident on the ball. You need players who are just brilliant with the football. That's literally all you need, right? And then we talk about the intangibles, like, you're running off the ball, doing this and that. But it's just, at this point, this is such a bad season that it's hilarious to me, and seeing United fans crying about, Ineos hasn't made any changes. My brother in Christ, do you know they got rid of his chief financial officer? Do you know they're bringing in different names? So it's just like, you can't just fire a coach in the middle of the season. There's a gentleman way to do things, right? Like, I know we live in a society where, like, we want to see changes really fast. I get it. I understand. Like, we're very impatient. We want to see things immediately.
Yeah.
But there's certain ways of doing things with class. You can't just, like, they know how bad things are in the Erik Ten Hag. Jean-Claude Blanc was there today. Yeah. The interim CEO, he was there. Jason Wilcox is at every game, every training. They see these things, okay? This is Jason Wilcox who saw Phil Foden. He saw Brahim Diaz. He saw Jadon Sancho. He's seen Tosin Tomi. He's seen all these guys all these players that you guys like that came from City's Academy. He knows what a stand, again, I'm going to use this word again. He's seen what a standard of excellence is. He knows what good football is. This is a guy who won the Premier League. Once again, I'm saying it again. So these guys know what's going on. And I know they know what their job is. Not going to set up for United job without prior knowledge of what they're getting themselves into. They know what's going on here. So, it's up to them. If they don't want to make changes, that's up to them. You can't cry about that because this is their job. So it is what it is. But we haven't had this level of detail of quality people who have, let me not say know what they're doing, who have prior tracks of knowing what they're doing. Because I'm going to go back to Dan Ashworth. I know a lot of people were upset, Dougie Freeman apparently is going to Newcastle. To me, right, and this is going to round my point about, then we can talk about other things after this. When I look at someone like Dan Ashworth, right, we all love the talent that England has right now, right? England, to me, arguably outside of Brazil and France, I'm talking about the men's game, but not, obviously this women's game as well. I generally don't think there's a country that has as much talent as England outside of Brazil and France.
There
even
isn't.
that you can argue.
I think
right?
I would put them over Brazil even. Like, because
Yeah.
at every position, there's a young up-and-coming player who you can say, this player can play for any top club. Or they're almost there.
Even the teenagers kids, right? Like you got Rico Lewis, you got Harry Amas. Even like, there's a kid at Arsenal, 14-year-old kid who just trained with the first team. Kid is supreme.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah. Bro, even you have Archie Gray at Leeds. Just help them get promotion. You have players everywhere.
So the reason why I said what I said is because I want to say he's the main reason, right? But then Ashford has a big hand in what you see with the English talent today. So this is a guy who has literally built up what you see with England, right? It's going to take some time for sure as a United fan. I'm sure it's frustrating, bro. Listen, we've been bad since Ferguson left in 2013. I understand it. It's frustrating as hell to see your team in the pits. But this is a good time because you smile, man. You enjoy these shitty times because guess what? When things turn around, you're going to be talking shit like City fans. You'll be talking shit like Arsenal fans, talking shit like Liverpool fans. But right now, there's a lot of work to be done on the ground. This game, to me, nothing. Because I knew when I saw the lineup, how many times have we talked to each other and said that we know this is going to happen?
Yeah.
We both literally, like, there was 9 days, right, that United had to prepare for this game. You have Christian Eriksen and everyone fighting over free kicks, not knowing where they're going to stand. That's just bad coaching.
Horrendous coaching. And it's just one of those things where you're just there, like you said, it's going to take time. So, like, of course, it's okay. Like, you're going to be upset. That's understandable. But this whole losing your head and just bowing down to this is my biggest problem with United fans. I'm trying to find the most PG way to say it.
Just say it, man.
They're a bunch of cucks. They're a bunch of cucks. They wait for like United fans who know ball, who know the game. They'll be saying stuff. They'll just ignore it. But then they'll see a Arsenal, City, Liverpool fans say something, and they just instantly hop on that, start disparaging their own team. Like, I'm like, bro, are you guys okay? Take pride in your team, bro. Take pride in being a United fan. Why are you over here just joining the hate club? Like, Mino, right? I remember Mino up and coming. He's doing all that. I've seen some United fans like, oh, why is he even getting this praise? Why do he even deserve? Are you guys dumb? Please, like, grow a spine. That's United fans' biggest problem. They're all a bunch of them are spineless. This fan base is spineless, and even the players are too. That's another thing. The players are too.
I just generally, like, I love United. Like, everyone knows that. Like, I just want everyone to raise their standards, right? Like, and I love people that, like, obviously everyone is frustrated. Everyone wants to, like, see better players at the club. Like, when I see stuff like, oh, we should have kept Sabitzer, we should have done this, like, I'm like, listen, man, we got to have a higher standard of loving ourselves. I think it's number one thing. It's like what Kendrick told Drake. You need to take ayahuasca and strip down yourself, okay? You need to generally look in the mirror and love yourself, okay?
It's not a battle against United. It's a battle with yourself, bro. Look inwards. And also, that Sabitzer thing. This is how I know people don't watch other leagues. They wait for Kate Abdo and Mike and all of them to start to show highlights of Champions League, and they're like, "Wow, look, see what we're missing." Go watch 3 full 90s of Sabitzer and tell me you still want him starting at United. No. Injury prone his age? No, bro. You guys
Let me tell you
don't
something
watch other
about
leagues.
Can we go back to Ahmad quickly? So this is a score line, and shout out to Kane Smith for this. This is a score line when Ahmad made appearances at United. When Liverpool were losing 2-1, he came on. Bournemouth were losing 2-1, he came on. Coventry drawing 3-3, he came on. Sheffield United losing 2-1. Burnley drawing 0-0, and Crystal Palace were down 4-0, and he came on. I don't know what Erik ten Hag's problem with him is, but it's not good.
I never want good players to leave United, right? But it's gotten to a point where, like, I can say I understand. If Ahmad decides to end in a transfer request, I will be hurt because I like him. Good player, technical, tidy, all that stuff. But I'll understand. This is a kid who's 22, 23. He needs to be playing. He was on the fringes of the Ivory Coast setup before when he joined us when I was on loan, and now
Even
he can't
even
even
at
get a
even at,
look in.
even at Atalanta, I mean, he
Yeah,
was yeah.
he was
I
on the
mean,
fringe, and now he can't even get a look in. Max Grado just retired. That should be his spot, and now he can't even get a look in. Why? Because he's playing yeah minutes. What? No, I don't blame him if he leaves. I don't. I don't
I
want him
think
to.
and I have to go back to what we have to also credit Crystal Palace. Obviously, we're
No.
United fans. We talk about team, but the job Oliver Glasner has done since February is supreme. He's beat Liverpool United. And I think what he's done again, and I'll go back to what I said 11 days ago on the podcast. What he's done with Olise and what's
Jose,
it called? Eze, those two together, and then Will Hughes being combative next to Adam Wharton, and you have, your guys. Even
can I
Chris,
shout out one player? Chris Richards.
my
That
brother,
is
hold on. I was about to say Chris Richards, and I'm so
yes,
glad you said that. Go ahead.
that is a player. I remember when he moved from Bayern to Crystal Palace. People were like, oh, look, another American falling down the hype. Chris Richards is like 22, 23. You guys have to stop giving up on players so early, please. But I saw a couple games of him when he got caught up to like the USA camps, the U20s, when he made his debut. There is a player there, and I'm so glad he's realizing that man is a tank. He's good on the ball, or like he's not terrible on the ball. Like he can handle himself. He's a great defender, and he's even getting better going forward. They play him at DM sometimes, don't they? I'm pretty sure they
Mm-hmm.
play him like either next to Wharton or right behind him.
They used to, but they switched up the formation now, so they got three at the back. So they have actually Nathaniel Klein's the center back, which is funny. So
See, yeah,
this is how they start. Dean Havinson's obviously in goal.
mm,
Klein, Joachim Anderson, Chris Richards in the left center back. And you
yeah.
got Munoz and Tyreek Mitchell as your wing backs. You got Wharton and Will Hughes together, and then in front of them is Eze and Olise
Olise.
and then Mateta.
Yeah,
And it
okay.
works.
It works because Chris Richards he has the pace and talent to cover that entire left side. He lets that left back go
Tyreek
up.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Tyreek Mitchell. There we go. I didn't remember that guy's name. He lets him go combine with Eze and Will Hughes. I got us. And then even when he goes up, that is a player. And oh my. So like you said, we're giving Palace credit here. I know Eze and Olise get credit, or like rightfully so. But I just wanted to shout out Chris Richards. That
He's
is
a
a
good player.
baller.
He's a good player. And Mark Gay, Mark Gay came back today for them, which is really
Yeah,
good.
they need that.
Just overall in general, man, Crystal Palace is a very, very well coached team. And I think that the job of a coach is to train players, right? Obviously, and like put them in the best situation for them to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
When Casemiro was doing well at Real Madrid, it's not because Casemiro was like, the best player on the ball. He's very combative, he's very athletic, knew how to get up and down the pitch. But the thing is that he got the best out of him at Real Madrid is because they had a entire team around him, right? You have 11 players and obviously 10 on the pitch and one in goal, breaking it down like this is U12, like this is U2 football.
Honestly.
But it's just like at Real Madrid, Casemiro had Cruz, he had Valverde, he had Modric, you name it, he had all these talented players around him. At United, it's just like it's not that much quality, man. And it's frustrating. I get it, man. Like it's one of those things where as a United fan, you're just constantly scratching your head. But like I told y'all like weeks ago, man, listen, this last stretch of games is tough. I don't think we're gonna win a single game. And Arsenal fans think on Sunday they're gonna come to Old Trafford and lose. I'm like,
I'm sorry. I'm as a full blown hater here. I need us to beat them.
mm-hmm.
Not even because of the title race. I don't care about that. I don't. People ask me, "Oh, who do you want to win? Your 3 rivals." I don't care. In my eyes, this title is vacant. I have to talk shit to so many people. They cannot embarrass me. I mean, they already did, but I need them. Like Rashford, do you need my ankles? Bruno, out, please. I need you guys to crash in on that team. This is just completely off topic. I hate Arsenal so much. When I was born like a United fan, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a United fan since I lived in Nigeria. I remember watching like Paul Scholes was one that got me into playing midfield. I remember all those guys. I'm a
Yeah.
United fan through and through. Growing up, it was always Arsenal that was right there being annoying and Liverpool. I hate those 2 teams the most. I cannot let Arsenal fans be happy around me.
You
Don't
know,
sit
Arsenal
right
fans
with
gonna say.
me.
You know, Arsenal fans gonna say if they beat us on Sunday.
What?
What? What? What? What? That's literally what
Oh,
they gonna say.
yo.
But yeah, man. Listen, overall, be patient, man. Things gonna change at United. It is what it is. We have some questions actually. Some people. Let's go to CHRI Solero. I don't even know how to say his name. Chris Solo, I guess. He goes, are you guys aware no one feels bad for you? Not for the Glazers, not for Anthony, etc. Okay.
Do you want a cookie? I beg shift.
Okay. Congrats, I guess. Nobody cares about us. Okay.
Like, but do you think we're hurt? Like, do you think, bro, being a United, I'm conditioned. What's our slogan? Hated, adored, never ignored. Do you think we?
Bro, I'm going to support United to the day that I die. It is what it is. What you want
Bro,
me to do?
my kids don't have a choice. Like, my kids are not yet. Oh, no kids
He
yet.
said, "Hey, no kids yet. Are you
Yeah.
are you hiding a child, Aubrey?"
Hey, listen, relax. Listen, hey, chill before Kendrick comes at me. Comes after me. But bro, this a bloodline thing. Even my little brother, I forced him. What? This is a
As he should.
United household through and through.
Let's get with another question. Dre Harrison 101 said why. You know, what did 50 Cent say on that song? Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. We getting torrential downpour right now, baby.
I'm
Don't
about to
worry.
say. Also, guys, I hope you guys know. During the '90s and 2000s, we're the boogeyman. The chickens have come home to roost. So accept it. Like,
Yeah.
I accept it.
Nissan Abraham Pakanish asks Tuchel or Southgate because I'm ready to get hurt again. Well, I'm gonna tell you this for free. Southgate's not gonna become the main United manager, so
I
I'm
won't
gonna
let it.
tell you that
I
for
won't
free.
let it happen. You're talking
It's not
about the
even not
Glazers.
even you're not gonna let it happen. It's just not gonna happen. And even if it does, it's not just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Darrell B asks, where does the rebuild start? Who gets to ask first? Well, the rebuild has been starting, my brother in Christ. It's literally in front of your face. They've
Yeah. It's
replaced the
just.
CEO, they replaced the
Mhm.
CFO. They control the finances and they control the signings. You have Omar Brada coming in. You have Jason Wilcox already started. Dan Asher is going to probably join in a couple of weeks because Dougie Freeman is leaving Crystal Palace and going up north to Newcastle. So
Mhm.
it's already starting your face, bro. I mean, if you want to talk about players going to get asked, I mean, Varane is definitely going to go. Martial's definitely gone.
Marshall done.
Casemiro's definitely going to be done. Johnny Evans probably going to retire. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's
He's
cooked.
on the block. Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, who else is there? I mean, it's gonna be wholesale changes.
McTominay
Not
and like you said before, guys, please be patient because it won't be smart to sell 10 players because we need to sell 10 or more. It won't be smart to sell 10 players in one season. So please be patient. Some players will go first, and then others will go the next season after. I know in my heart of heart, I just know we're not selling McTominay this summer. I want us to, but we won't, and I'll accept that as long as the other people go out too, because I
yeah.
know it's a process. So the process of rebuilding on the field will happen, but it will be slow. That's how football is. This not Football Manager. This not FIFA. You don't just instantly click a button and boom, this player is gone. Okay, so please be patient.
And our last question comes from Neezus Jackson. Any particular manager you guys are interested when Ineos inevitably sends Baldy on his way? I'm gonna let you take this one first, Tommy. Go ahead.
Uh, I've had a it's been like a back and forth in my head. I remember when you texted me, you told me that you were starting to like, warm up to Deserby a bit, and I've, I'm a, I don't know. It's not that I've been anti-Deserby. I just didn't think he deserved the praise he got to the level he got it at.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be mad at him. I would be skeptical, but I wouldn't be mad at him. Tuchel is a no for me. I think my number one choice, and it's a long shot, I would say Julian Nagelsmann. His reign at Bayern, I don't know why people are acting like it was bad. It wasn't bad. It was not. But Bayern standards are insane. And honestly, their board is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why no one wants the job. I don't know
Is
if
it?
people saw Kendrick and Drake took all the headlines. They got rejected by a guy who ended up going to West Ham to replace David Moyes. They're getting rejected by everyone. Ragnick
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I'm going to stick with Austria and them men. So I think Julian Nagelsmann's problem wasn't him, it was Bayern. So I would take him at United. That's my number one pick.
He's not good. He's sticking with Germany, so sorry about that. I'm a sicko. Okay, so you don't ask a sicko questions like that because I'll start bringing up coaches that you don't even know about because I'm just a sick man. Start bringing up coaches from like the Chilean First League because I'm just a sick man. But I've always
This
loved
man wants the
Marcelo.
local Manchester United futsal coach.
Coach from Manchester, like Manchester Bluebirds and shit. No, I mean I love Marcelo Gallardo. I adore his football. I think that what I saw at River Plate, that just a really good manager. But this is unrealistic managers, obviously. I really like Matthias Yassel, who used to be at Salzburg, now is Al Hilly. I don't know why he's out there, but he's there. Who else do I like? I do
Well,
like
the first name you said, I heard that was he at Olympic Lyon?
who?
Marcelo,
Gallardo?
yeah.
As a player, he coached at River Plate. Damn near
The,
won everything at River Plate. But as
the
a
name, the
player,
name just sounded so familiar. I don't know
as
why.
as a player, he played at River Plate, Monaco, back to River Plate, PSG, DC United, River Plate again, and then Nacional. And he was at
Okay,
the
I think it was at DC United because I'm
yeah,
a yeah I be going to DC United games. Don't ask me why.
yeah, and then
I'm a sicko.
yeah, he also lost to Nigeria as a player in the Argentina in the Confederations Cup and in the Olympics. So a little humble brag there, but yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
Also won't be shocked if Thomas Tuchel gets a job. We're going to be realistic. I also like
yeah.
Thiago Motta, but I think he's going to Juventus. But to
Nah,
answer your
that one, yeah,
question,
that one is sealed. He's at Juventus.
yeah, but to answer your question, truthfully, it's probably going to be Thomas Tuchel. So they're going to do white swap, whatever. So
I just hope I this is just me, I guess. I just hope he doesn't bring three at the back to United. I cannot stand three at the back center formations. Please, this is woke football. That's what this is. Stop doing Joe Biden football in my club, please.
it's so funny, though, man. Every time people say they're throwing the players underneath the club, man, like whatever, bro. Just it is what it is. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to look for some more stats and just see like that. I mean, I will say this one more last thing. Adam Wharton is serious. That's a very,
That's a
very good
that's
player.
a man. That that man. Oh, I was watching him because I've been hearing his name a lot, and I've seen I randomly catch Crystal Palace games. But man, that's a England England. Please, this is a midfield you can't mess up. You messed up Scholes, Gerrard. No, you messed up Scholes and Lampard. You cannot mess up Mino, Bellingham, Wharton, Rice, Archie. Please, let's be serious here. You cannot mess this up. Please.
And the scary thing is, England got a lot more like younger talents that's
That
coming
that
through.
we don't,
So
bro. There's even some in the United Academy that just be what's the oh my god, I think not Jace Fitzgerald, is it the other guy?
Jack Fletcher,
Yes,
yeah,
Fletcher. Yeah, man, even Carrick's son. I've been here. No, funny enough. Speaking of United, we know that the U14s won a trophy, and you never guess who scored one of the goals.
Wayne Rooney's son. I
Yes,
know.
and
You think I
he's.
don't? You think I don't know my club, brother?
I was about to say I forgot what I was talking to, but that guy's a serious left footer. Like I've seen some of the. Hey, listen, please restore the
Yeah.
feeling.
What's crazy is, man, currently United see 8th in the table, minus goal difference after nearly 35 games out of 38. Yeah, well, Jamie Carragher did say the United are very poorly coached, so I'm glad Jamie's seen it. I know a lot of people just I know a lot of people are just, it is what it is.
Mhm.
This guy was saying how like, Wharton's excelling to Glasner and Kobe Mano doesn't. Listen, you're seeing a player in a poor structure versus a player in a good structure.
Not that's a lie. Why are we lying? Like, why are we lying to saying Kobe Mino is not performing? He's just gassed. He's gassed. It's okay. Like, were you not there for the other 15 performances in a row where that man was like, if not the best, one of the best players on the pitch? Come on, this is my thing about football fans. You guys are too reactionary. It's too reactionary, and you guys don't know the sport. So please don't hop online and start talking nonsense to me.
Yeah, I mean, United got 4 more games left, I believe. So it's Arsenal on Sunday. Who else United play the rest of the season? I know it's
Newcastle, Brighton.
yes, Newcastle on. So it's Sunday, Arsenal, Wednesday. No, Sunday Arsenal, Wednesday Newcastle. The following Sunday Brighton, and then that's the end of the season. So 3 more league games and then the FA Cup final. So count down the days, man. Just count down the days. Count down the days. You got anything you want to add before we head out of here?
No, I mean, hey, just thank you guys for listening, and win me the FA Cup, then go away, Baldy. I'm sick of you now.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing negative to say. I mean, it's been such a rough season for the fans. It's been such a rough season for the players. But hope springs eternal. You can only hope that Ineos knows what they're doing. They're bringing the right people on paper. It looks like that's what they're doing. So
yeah,
just have to hope. You can't really beat yourself up over things like this. It just is what it is. So,
and the motto: we go again. We go again. We got a cup to play for. You got another season, and hey, go outside, man. It's nice outside. Touch some grass. Talk to a woman or a man.
Yeah, smoke some grass if it's legal in your state. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, we're out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Take your shirt off.